Welcome to another episode of GeekOutdoors.com. So First They Killed My Father is a movie that I've never heard of before, but my sister saw this a few years ago and recommended me to watch it. So now that I have seen this, I'm recommending it to you. And so the story is based upon real true life events of this person named Loung Ung, who actually wrote the original book, and then this was adapted into a movie directed by Angelina Jolie. And so the general story is this is focused on Loung Ung's remembrance and experiences of the Khmer Rouge occupation from 1975 to 1979. And at that time, she was like around 5 years old. And basically, during this occupation, the Khmer Rouge took over the city, the country, and her family and siblings were forced into all these camps. And eventually, the horrible events of the entire Khmer Rouge occupation happened. And for people who aren't familiar with what happened during these events, this was around the time of the Vietnam War. And Cambodia, like many other countries in that area in Southeast Asia, was actually caught up in this whole war between Vietnam and America. And Pol Pot, who basically ran the Khmer Rouge regime, he decided to basically commit genocide on his entire country. And so from 1975 to 1979, a little over 1 million Cambodians were killed by him. And Loung Ung was actually one of those people in this entire Khmer Rouge occupation. And so that is like the overall general story, where it's set from Loung's perspective, what went on with Khmer Rouge, and most importantly, how this affected her and her family. So getting to things that I absolutely loved about this movie is the fact that the way in which a story is told, it's really a hard movie to watch. Because if you do understand what happened during that time, or maybe you might have seen the movie called The Killing Fields back in 1984, this was really a horrific event. And the way in which a story is told from Loung's perspective, and so a lot of what she's experiencing, you're experiencing, because you don't know what's going on, your family's being torn apart, and there's just some really horrendous things that are occurring as time goes on. And so that's the first thing that really captures you, is the overall story itself, the perspective in which it's told. And it's just not a historical piece. It's really a personal story of how she endured this along with her family and really how that affected her. So I think the story is the best thing about this film, first and foremost. The second thing is the people who acted in this movie. This is entirely a Cambodian production, meaning that all the actors and actresses are Cambodian. And I'm pretty sure the majority of the movie was shot in Cambodia. And you really get that sense that you are there in that country during this time. And so this is something that was done really well. I love the fact that a lot of the set pieces, whatever they used to do the environment, the settings was really done well, because you really feel like you were in the 1970s during that time. And then to go along with that is the absolutely beautiful cinematography. There's so many moments in this movie where you get to see the beauty of Cambodia, but at the same time, you also get to see the horrors that came with the Khmer Rouge occupation. And there were many times that you were seeing beauty and horror at the same time, especially when there was a lot of fighting going on, whenever the war really set in. And so there's like this contrast of both of those at the same time. So if you do enjoy cinema, you love the look of things, but also trying to understand why these shots are done, then I really think you will like the way this was shot. Which leads me to the final thing, which is the director itself, Angelina Jolie. Now, a lot of us know Angelina Jolie as a very famous actress, but she has directed movies before. And out of all the ones that I've seen, I really feel this is her best directorial effort. And I love the way she crafted Loung Ung's story into this movie. There was a lot of care and attention with this, and you could tell that Angelina Jolie really loved this story, and she wanted to tell it, in a way that was really respectful to Loung Ung and everybody who was involved in the whole Khmer Rouge events, all the people who died because of it, but also the people who survived. And so those are all like the main things that I really loved about this film. There's so many other things that I could look to, but overall the story's really compelling. It's gritty, it's dark, there's moments of happiness and sadness. It just really hits you emotionally. Then the actors and actresses who played in this movie, just a fantastic job, from the girl who played Loung Ung all the way to her parents, her siblings. It really got you, and they did an amazing job. And then also everything that Angelina Jolie did from a directorial standpoint and also from a technical standpoint, I think it was done exceptionally well. For serious YouTubers, check out TubeBuddy, the premier tool news at geekoutdoors.com. Get more done today by checking out the affiliate link in the description area below. Now, getting to the thing that I did not like about this movie, I might be biased on this because I really enjoyed everything that was done here. But if I had to look at it objectively, this is a 2-hour long movie. And so this is a very slow burn, okay? If you are that type of person who likes to see fast, moving movies or maybe a lot of action, then this isn't the movie for you. This is more of a personal story and historical story put together along with this whole family dynamic, where it's talking about loss, and what you gain out of that and all those experiences. So it's a lot more than just, your average movie that you would normally see. And those are like pretty much the only thing that I really didn't like. It's just the fact that the overall pacing, for some people, they might not enjoy it. I myself did love that. There were moments that I felt, okay, it's kind of slow, but then if you look at it from the whole bigger picture, it makes sense for the story to be told in this way. And so this is a movie that I feel is going to impact you way after the credits have rolled. Either it's going to make you more interested in Loung Ung's story and her experiences, or it might get you interested in this whole Khmer Rouge events that happen, or maybe a little bit of both. In any case, it's a movie that's going to stick with you. And so if you actually had any thoughts in this movie, whether you've seen this yourself, or maybe you've seen some other movies similar to this that's impacted you in a much deeper way, be sure to leave that in the comments area below. And if you did want to see more of my international movie reviews, I do have a playlist. I'll leave that in the description area as well. So as always, if you did get value out of these videos, be sure to share, like, and subscribe. Hey geeks, if you are a creative geek like me and you wanted to learn how to create content on YouTube and other places on the internet, then check out my Go Content Creators group, where you'll get access to additional videos and content for all the creative geeks out there. And the best part of it is, all of this is free. Simply head over to the link below, check out my page, and sign up for my Go Content Creators group. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the other side.